Good morning. This is Lisa Marie Graves, host of the Men's Legacy Conference. Today I have with me a partner from the beginning, pretty much. This is Lynn Mills. She is with Camp Luce. And what a beautiful scenery we have behind us.
Awesome.
Why don't you tell us about this, what we're standing in front of or in, and all about you?
Camp Luce started out as just a place, what I call my place in Granbury, where I have my cows. And like we talked about last year, we've brought family into the whole deal. My oldest sold his first cows last year. His place is at Granbury. You're actually at Mills Station. That's what we named this.
Oh, it is? Yeah. Okay.
This is the youngest one's property.
Mills
and he has cleared 64 acres of his total this year to make room for cows. It will be his first experience with cows. If you can see behind, you can see there's a bunch of brush piles. This place was totally overgrown for probably 50 years, to the point that you really couldn't walk through it. And cedars suck up an extreme amount of water every day. And so that's part of the stewardship of owning land, is taking care of it. I have to say that's probably the biggest thing that we see, is that we are trying to steward the properties. And we may never see the end result of it, but we still think it's important either for our children, our grandchildren, or whoever comes afterwards. Of course, we love our cows. And since we last spoke,
cows. I'm wearing the shirt to compliment the cows.
The cows. I went ahead and bought a bull this year. I had sold all my bulls just because they had a tendency not to stay home. My dad's at the property.
They were roaming?
They were roaming. My dad is at the property in Granbury, and this little guy's there. And so he's the herd bull there now. And he's a Wagyu. So we're getting there. The first batch of babies are half. Then his new babies will be 3/4 Wagyu. And it's just kind of fun. Who knows if we'll ever make a penny off of it, but we kind of love the whole deal. And I've really enjoyed watching my dad and having him here, and he is so involved in taking care of everything down there. He has plowed, he has planted, he rotates my cows. He is just too fun.
You've grown a lot, truly, in your vision, your business with Camp Luce, and how you want to grow, just from this land and clearing it to your dad being there. So what else have you seen as far as growth that you're experiencing as a business owner and as you're trying to grow? You know, I know you say you might not see a penny, but you're investing a lot.
Investing a lot.
Yes.
You just got to take a risk sometimes.
Okay.
And adding stock and it being the right stock is a big deal. The guy that I originally bought straws to do the artificial insemination with is the one who found the bull for me.
Oh, nice.
So you're trusting someone to pick a good animal for you. And I believe he did, and he's, as my dad says, he's a gentleman bull. He's not aggressive, and I love that.
A gentleman bull.
I certainly don't want anybody to get hurt, and they can get a little pushy. You just have to work with the environment. You have to work in what the market is doing. We have a local businessman here who has cows, also Wagyu cows, and he has worked very hard at it. And he is starting to see the fruits of his labor, and it will be something that carries him through on his retirement. And I'm very excited for him.
Yeah.
And that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
He was one of them that went to Australia with us at the first of the year, and Wagyu is a very big product there, and it is shipped to Japan daily.
Oh.
That is probably their biggest market, is the Japan meat.
So you have the vision for even more growth then, it sounds like.
I hope so. You know, that's that dang money thing. But we'll get there. We'll get there. If we get over hot water and food, we'll have it made.
Right.
It's a job, and it's a responsibility, a huge responsibility. And some days it's like, so I have a job, and then I go home and I have another job.
Yes.
And so you It is work. Having land and having animals it is work. If you don't plan just right, you'll be out on a 10-degree day chopping ice. You got to make sure they've got plenty to eat. Hay is not as expensive this year, but the way we're rotating pastures, we don't feel like we need as much hay.
Oh, that's good.
And that's an awesome thing. And that's how they used to do things. You didn't buy hay all the time. You rotated your pastures. And
that's part of your stewardship as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Using the resources that you have and the God-given earth.
What's here.
Yeah, making it work.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So is there any advice that you would give for people that are dealing with the growth and with change?
There's a lot of change. And you know, the bad news for this piece of land, Alexander's place, is it's right at the skirt of town. And we know at one point, a few months ago, there was a big group that was going to buy a large piece of land out south of Rutherford, and it would have literally put all of us in the middle of town.
Oh, wow.
And sometimes that's kind of, you know, you do all this and you go, okay, so they're just going to buy it up, and still could happen, but in the meantime, enjoy it.
That's an interesting piece of information, honestly.
Yeah,
because,
no kidding.
You know, Parker County is in the middle of growth.
Yeah, huge growth.
I know that the cities around us are attempting to control the growth to some degree and to make sure that it's right.
That is the right path.
It's got to be challenging as you are a business owner and you are making plans on how you want to grow your business, and then something completely outside of your control will have an impact on that.
Absolutely. And you got to prepare for that, but you can't stop what you're doing or what you believe in and what you want to see happen, because you don't know. I mean, it could be 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, maybe way past me. But if you just stop now, then you're way behind if it doesn't happen.
That's actually really great advice.
Don't stop.
You know, to be smart, move forward, always moving forward.
Always.
Roll with the punches, as they say, which you should be able to adapt to change. Not that change is easy, but you can't stay. You can't stay in one spot.
No.
Whether it's even if, you know,
no matter what you're doing.
Right.
And you got to pay attention to what's going on around you and know that every change does affect you.
Yes. Yes. So how can they find out more about Camp Luce and the Wagyu beef?
They can email me if they'd like at lynn@campluce.com.
Okay.
We're still working on a website because we want to know what we have and what we're going to share with people before we put the whole website out there. And it may be nothing more than information, sharing information about the product or about the animal or about the land or just cheering someone else on.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a process.
It's a process.
I have learned over the years. It's a process. So you have educated me, and I think that would be, you know, a great resource for people to understand. Yes, land stewardship. You know, what goes into the specialty of the beef that you are raising.
Raising?
Yeah.
Not rearing.
I don't know what
the term
I want to
thank you, Lisa. The men's conference was an offshoot of the women's conference. Yes. And if you're a young man, I would so encourage you to attend. And there is nothing better than to see people ahead of you and want to catch up with them. There's a lot of great businessmen in our area here that you young guys could learn from, and
the older gentlemen from you as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You techno people could help us. But very proud for you,
Thank you.
It has really grown there also.
Yes,
glad to be a part of it.
Well, thank you so much for agreeing to be a partner. We invite you to be part of the Men's Legacy Conference. It is Friday, October 18th. It is a half-day event, 8:30 to 1. So food, 5 great speakers, all about preparing leaders for change. So you're a leader if you're watching this. Please come to the conference. Registration is at menslegacyconference.com. You can see the schedule, the speakers, all of our amazing partners there as well. So we look forward to seeing you at the Men's Legacy Conference. Thanks, Lynn,
Thank
for
you.
being part of it.
See you soon.
Have a great day.
Bye.